This fall, prepare for an extraordinary event unlike any the world has ever seen.
Oh, it's going to be much, much bigger than that.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
They're a bunch of criminals. They're a bunch of criminals. They've taken over our government. He who makes the money makes the rules. And because these guys make the money, it's the old golden rule. Yeah. And because these guys make the money, they control our government, both the Democrats and the Republicans. And it doesn't matter whether Hillary Clinton's in office or George Bush is in office, the same things are going to happen. There are minor differences, but essentially the same thing is going to happen. Well, you should be frightened because these people are controlling our lives. You know, we're no longer in charge of our own lives. Everything we do today is done by. It's like believing, in a sense, that America, from the beginning, was supposed to be a democracy. You keep hearing
it's a republic.
Of course, it's a republic. Sure. It's a constitutional republic,
Absolutely.
right? And if you ask 100 people on the street, what form of government is America supposed to be?
We have a democracy.
98% will tell you it's a democracy.
It's not.
And they don't get this. A democracy, 51% control 49%. It's tyranny of the majority. I wouldn't want to be part of the 49%. In our constitutional republic, 99% of the people couldn't take away the rights of 1%. You have rights because you were born. You had God-given human rights. They're your rights.
Intrinsic rights as a citizen.
Intrinsic rights. And the government can't take them away. You must understand something. We did not go to Iraq to bring freedom to Iraq. We're in Iraq, and we keep talking about promoting democracy. What we're promoting is a one world government, a new world order. When they use the word democracy, just take that word democracy out and put in new world order, one world order, globalization. Put in any of those words in place of democracy. That's what it's about.
But what does
they use democracy as a spin word because you think we are a democracy and democracy equates to freedom. Democracy does not equate to freedom. Understand that.
And it's the same as the election, the vote count.
Exactly. You got it.
What's the ultimate aim? And what does it look like when they get there? If what you say is true and what others say is true, and there's many, many people that believe as you believe, I'm sure you know that, what does it look like when they get there?
Well, I can tell you, I was friends with one of the Rockefeller family, okay? And they were very much behind the Federal Reserve System, the banking, the Council on Foreign Relations, and we were very good friends. And he told me that what they really want to do is have a one-world government without borders. First you have the European Union, the European Constitution,
the EU.
which the European people voted down, by the way, but they're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Now they want the North American Union.
Currency.
Right. Then they have the one currency. Now they want to do
They have
the
their own standing army.
Yep. But now they want a North American Union.
Yeah.
They want, and then what they want to do is bring everybody together under one.
The Amero is there.
The Amero, the currency, exactly.
You didn't know it is there.
And so their plan is to have a government for the world. They want to do it through the UN. Right? And have everybody on this earth implanted with an RFID chip.
Do you believe that?
I know that. Then you hear the congressman, the senator, asking the Supreme Court justice how he's going to rule on that in my clip? You think he asked them for no reason? They're already implanting people with chips. The national ID card, which becomes law by May 2008, it's going to have an RFID chip in it. Okay, everything is done in stages. After the RFID chip goes in the card and in your passport, it's going to go into your body. That's what they're going to try and do. There's no question about it. And they're not going to do it through law. They're going to do it because you won't be able to live without it. All your money is going to be in that chip. I think Waco is my tipping point. When I saw what happened to Waco, I said, I'm going full-fledged. This is disgusting. They killed all those people for no reason. There was no need for those people to die and to be killed in that fire and burned to death. That was the most disgusting event. The war in Iraq, a disgusting event. When I heard Rumsfeld talking about shock and awe, oh, let's everybody go home, watch on television shock and awe, as if it was a 4th of July fireworks. There are people under that concrete being killed and maimed, children and women and men dying for no reason. For no reason, you know? I had a friend, one of the Rockefellers, he said to me, Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? And I said, I think I had conventional thinking. And I said, I think it was about women having equal right to work with men, equal pay, you know. He said, you know what, Aaron, you're an idiot. And he started to laugh at me. So what do you mean? He said, you want to know what that was about? So tell me. He said, we, the Rockefeller Foundation, financed that women's lib movement. You want to know why? For 2 reasons. Half the population wasn't taxable before. And the second reason is now the kids go to our schools at an early age, and we mold them. There's no more family at home to take care of the kids. The state becomes the family now, Aaron. You get it? And that's how this country is working. It's run by evil. It's run by evil forces. And people in this country better wake up to the truth and save this country from what's happening.
My wages didn't go up, but prices went up. Gas goes up, milk goes up, trains go up. How am I supposed to live? And this is all because our government prints too much money, starts too much wars, so they can sell their tanks, their guns, their missiles. Because that's all America exports. Is guns, missiles, and tanks. That's it. We need to bring production back to America.
That's right.
And the Federal Reserve. And the fractional banking system. When you invest $100 in a bank, they multiply that by 9 and they send it out 9 different ways. They don't just make money on the initial investment, they make it 9 times the initial investment. That's fake money that they printed out of thin air. Fiat money. It's a fiat currency. 1913, this country died when we adopted the central bank and we got rid of sound money. We used to be able in 1913 to walk into a bank and redeem our dollars with gold. Can we do that anymore? No. What's the price of gold now? Almost $2,000. It's gone up $600 an ounce this year. It's going to keep rising. And it's going to keep rising as long as we have bailouts, as long as we have quantitative easing, as long as our government keeps spending our money. Every dollar the government takes in federal taxation is another dollar that they spend. Every time they spend money, that's your money that they send overseas. They bail out Morgan Stanley and then Goldman Sachs. When I fuck up, who bails me out? No one. Why should Goldman Sachs get bailed out? $700 billion in 08. And they want more now? They want more. That wasn't enough? You're gonna drain. There's not gonna be a middle class in 10 years. And the Federal Reserve. And the fractional banking system. And the Fed. Elect Ron Paul and the wars. Ron Paul 2012! Sound money. Stop with the banksters printing money. Printing it, debasing our currencies, driving up our prices. We don't need any more money in our economy. We got plenty in debt.
No.
And the Fed. And the fractional reserve system. And the wars. Get corporations out of our politics.
Yes.
Out of our politics.
And corporate personhood.
Wall Street is rigged. When Wall Street owns a majority of the wealth and they invest in Wall Street, they know when the market's going to go up, they know when the market's going to go down, and they all make money while we all lose money. How is that fair? And then after trillions of derivatives, they want bailouts. They have the balls to ask us for bailouts. No more bailouts. No more printing of money. No more quantitative easing. And the Federal Reserve. And the fractional banking system. Sound money. Go back to a gold standard. The Depression will be nothing compared to 1913 when it hits us. 1930, when the Depression came, will be nothing like it will be in the coming years. If we lose America, we have nowhere else to run for freedom. There is no country left that promotes free markets, corporations, not in politics. There's no country that has their own sound currency. There is nowhere left to run. If we lose America, we lose the world to the elite. The 1% will continue to get rich as we all live like slaves. If you think the way of life is bad now, you will all be living in projects like Hoovervilles. We cannot continue to print money. We cannot continue to debase our currency. We need to end the Federal Reserve. We need to get lobbyists, Goldman Sachs, George Soros, Merrill Lynch, everyone out of our politics. Why should they be allowed to throw millions at politicians so they do what we want? They're supposed to be our voice, not their voice. States' rights. When you minimize government, it is easier to control by the people. States' rights. You need to give the rights back to the states. Minimize these government agencies like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loaned out money that private bankers would not loan out. People that they did not trust in, the government loaned money. That's ridiculous. They took money out of all of your pockets instead of buying that car you wanted, those shoes you wanted. They put it toward a bridge in Iowa. Why don't we just pay a state tax, and New York State helps New York State, and we pay a federal government tax to police our border. That's the only thing the federal government is here for, to keep our borders safe. Everything else should be on the state level. If you don't like the policy in one state, you go to another state, because that's how America was set up. America was not supposed to be uniform in policy. Each state was supposed to reflect the views and positions of everyone in that state. It is much easier to influence governors and mayors than presidents and vice presidents. And the Federal Reserve and the fractional banking system. Stop with the military-industrial complex. These wars. We have our own problem. We don't need to be in the Middle East. We don't need to invade a new country every year to sell more weapons. The only thing that says made in America are guns, missiles, and tanks. Don't forget that. Bring production back to America.
We don't have any beef with the people around the world. It's not us and them, nationalism. We don't have beef with the people around the world. We support people around the world who are in struggle with us. It's not the U.S. versus them. That's not the kind of politics that's going to move us forward.
We have our own problem.
If there's anyone who's here who wants to protest police brutality,
the insane trade policies. That's what's going to make the difference. That'll stop the rest of the stuff. Get your breath. Get a drink. I know, get a drink. Take your time. Let somebody else speak.
Out of the midst. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but like everything else, we'll see.
The level. Now, if something were to happen, you can criticize
a lot of people when you make an announcement.
Well, we live in a democracy. Right. Do you want information or don't you?
Imagine, here was a young girl who was just becoming aware of our democracy.
When Benjamin Franklin exited the Constitutional Convention, he was asked by a woman, "Sir, what have you given us?" His immediate response was, "A republic, ma'am, if you can keep it." Yet most Americans today have been persuaded that our nation's governmental system is a democracy and not a republic.